This is the chapter number 10 of the Theory of the Transcendent Reality (TTR) regarding the physic of the existence, written by Mauro Bernardini. This picture represents the three sub-existors of third order, composing the of EPE-Section-Soul existor of fourth order. Each of these three sub-existors is populated by the Cartesian coordinates of the energy-mass forces, corresponding to one of the following three different existentials aspects simultaneously acting towards the external world through the three DCRs, SV and P. For J equals 1, the energy mass of SVP can express 1. Being as matter, 2. Movement, 3. Consciousness. For J equals 2, the energy mass of SVP can express 1. Being as ability, 2. Action, 3. Elaboration. For J equals 3, the energy mass of SVP can express 1. Being as soul, 2. Evolution, 3. Imagination. To find the elements of the existor, we start from the Einstein's famous formula that we can also write as. Now, if we want to calculate the energy of the EPE-Section-Soul as function of time, we must rewrite the previous in terms of the existor, which precisely corresponds to the energy that the basic DCR structure of the EPE-Section-Soul, named S1, exerts outside the cube surface S² over time. In order to have the values to be put into the existor for each of the typologies of actions seen above, namely J equals 1, 2 and 3, we have to define these three expressions one by one, in terms of the basic energy mass just defined for the EPE-Section-Soul. First of all, we consider the SJDCR, which coincide with the properties of the structure S and the related forces represented by the three arrows Sj, with J equals 1, 2 and 3, acting on the three planes of the cube, namely, xy, yz, xz. We can say that the DCRS is the sum of these three characteristics Sj, always referred to the structure S, and mediated by the Sj forces to express the following features of each: the EPE-Section-Soul acting inside a three-dimensional being. 1. S1 equals S, that characterize the being as matter. 2. S2 equals V plus P, that characterize the being as ability. 3. S3 equals S plus V plus P, that characterize the being as soul. Well, we define the being as matter S1 as the basic properties of the EPE-Section-Soul, manifested through its spatial dimension and the n mass energy correspondent. Therefore, we can say that S1 is the rough structure of the EPE-Section-Soul. Before proceed with the next analysis of the S2 component, we must define the external sum operator. D is the symbol of derivation corresponding to an external sum, which indicate the change in time of the DCRA S component, thanks to the contributions both materials or virtual arising outside the EPE-Section-Soul. This is the structure property of the EPE-Section-Soul manifesting as its ability depending on the sum of the two DCRA, V plus P. It would be like saying that a person is also his ability to be a doctor, or a carpenter, or an artist, a housewife, etc. In short, there is a specific character of the EPE-Section-Soul, namely, its being not only as a spatial structure S with S1 energy mass, but also as a being who acts and has specific skills identified in the outside world, namely, S2. This S3 property is due to the sum of all three DCRT of EPE-Section-Soul, namely, S plus V plus P. It manifests itself as characteristic of the soul of a being, that is, its sensitivity, its global nature visible to the outside world, regardless from what the S, V and P components can do through its S1 and S2.